Touchdown! San Francisco! Here we go. Week 9 is finished. Week 10 is here. As you can see, I finally got more than 2 people because me and Watch be doing this shit every week. Now we got my boy Aaron out there. You still in Georgia?
Yes, I am.
And then I got my boy Thorn finally came out the field because this motherfucker's always in the field. Hey, in Todd we trust out there in Indiana. And Mr. Must See TV, but today can't see TV. And then my boy Ty So Extra. Look, this is going to be a fun episode. There's 6 of us. We're going to talk about games. Week 9 was really good. There was a lot of good games, and I can't wait for y'all to talk about it. So we're going to talk about that Thursday night game. The 8-0 Eagles go into Houston, and they defeat them 29-17. Who has this game?
That's me. So I had Philly for the win. The reason I picked Philly for the win was they were coming off the bye. It's a really good team. I don't think they're as good as everybody thinks they are. You know, that's another time, another episode. But I didn't think that Houston would beat them coming out of the bye, so that's why I took them. It was really a good game all the way up to the fourth quarter. Houston has some shining lights in their defeat, right? So Mills, everybody, feels one way about him or another way about him. Outside the turnovers, he had a pretty decent game, and then there was a hidden gem in that running back, that Pierce. He had a really good game. A lot of people talking about him. We'll see if he stays consistent, which we all know is a hard thing to do when you're playing down there in Houston because they cheeks. But they without those turnovers, though, that game could have went either way. They did have the turnovers, really capitalized, shut them out in the fourth quarter to bring out the win. Really, all of that's all I got. One of them spectacular from Hurts, really. I mean, he did his part, did what he was supposed to do, didn't turn the ball over. It was pretty simple, pretty simple game. Nothing special about it. So that's all I got to say about that.
Who else has anything to say about this game that you took away from it?
Philly's the best team in the league. There's no debating that in my eyes. There's only one team that I think Philly's the best team in the league, man.
And
They're the best built team. Let me phrase it. They're the best built team.
I don't see that.
They look good right now, but we ain't seen nothing. You know what I mean? When it matters.
Yeah, exactly.
First of all, they started off really rusty against the Texans. Yeah. If they would have started off like that against any other team, I'm not going to say any other team in the NFL, but they would start off like that against an elite team, the Ravens, the Bills,
Giants,
The Jets.
If they would have started off like that against any of those teams I just named, they would have lost. Simple as that. That combined with the fact that, yes, Jalen Hurts is having an MVP caliber season. He very well could win the MVP. That defense is arguably
the defensive player of the year.
Best defense in the league. They're not number one to me. I mean, granted, they might be number one in a few things. They're not number one in defense, to me. But they're scary good. And
cheerleader? No, not the San Francisco Giants. We're talking football, not baseball.
Hey, I'll tell you like this though, Tim. You hit it on the head with that running back over there. That Pierce kid came out of nowhere, and everyone that plays fantasy understands that take right there. So we're gonna move on to this next game. Like I said, I'm never gonna call them this. The San Diego Chargers go into Atlanta to play the Dirty Birds. Dirty South. What you got to talk about?
Man, like I said, from what I see, I feel like we're not doing what we're supposed to do as an offense, man. I think we got the playmakers on the skill positions, but I think right now, Arthur Smith kind of feel like that running game and them pushing the ball on the ground is what's really working for them right now. But it's killing that way this offense can be moving for real though. Like I said, I'm gonna stand on it. I still think Kyle Pitts is a generational talent. He's just not being used right. Drake London still a top 10 rookie in the league, doing crazy numbers, but we can't. We rather run the ball. I mean, I'm looking at Mariota's attempts throwing the ball. He threw the ball 23 times. You know what I mean? 23 times to Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert threw the ball 43 times. You know what I mean? And it's about their offense, but I think they game planning wrong right now. Taylor Algier, he's still performing well, 10 carries, 99 yards. You can't dismiss that out of the rook. That's good numbers out of him. Cordell Patterson came in straight out of the off the injury, scoring a touchdown, running people over, making noise. So I guess he's back healthy again. Mariota he's being a solid game manager, but I think he need to get in the coach's ear and be like, let me sling this ball a little bit, man. I think that's really messing with them right now. Because, like I said, Drake London is getting open. Kyle Pitts is getting open. They just not getting the attempts. So, yeah, they got to figure it out. But props to them. Austin Eckler had a huge game. That carried them to their win. I feel like Justin Herbert he's kind of going on a decline right now. He was an early MVP candidate for me. Right now, he's kind of slowing down, I think. But when they get Keenan Allen back, we'll see if it's a different team with Keenan Allen. But right now, I'm not a believer in San Diego or Los Angeles, whatever you want to call them. That easily could have been a win for the Falcons. What you saw that last play when the dude he picked up the fumble, ran down the field, just dropped the damn ball. I mean, I don't know what that was. That easily should have been a win for the Falcons. We still should have been the number one team in the NFC South. But like I said, what ifs and here and there, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's all I pretty much got to say about that game. I don't think for us playing this way we are right now in the rebuilding year, I'm not too disappointed. We just got to get the right pieces in there and get the right playbook going.
Any takeaways from anyone else?
Yeah, man. Atlanta's offense, you mentioned you a fan, so I respect your opinion with the offense, but y'all defense, dog doo-doo, man. Y'all can't stop nobody, and I think that's the biggest problem y'all have, because y'all are not a bad team. Y'all just can't stop a soul. Y'all think y'all rated the worst defense in the league right now, which is bad.
Detroit.
It'd be Detroit, my bad, yeah.
When you watch them play, though, they don't look that crazy, though, because, I mean, they're making big stops. You know what I mean? The defensive line getting sacks. AJ Terrell didn't play also. Yeah, Terrell wasn't playing also, too, so.
They get stopped sometimes. They left those explosive plays, and, I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, that's the same. You can say that about a lot of defenses, too. I mean, but
sure,
you got
of course. That's football.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Look,
what you're saying, though.
What you got to say, Aaron?
I'm biased about just one little thing, man. Y'all over here, the Chargers, Justin Herbert was an MVP candidate at the beginning, but they're injured, man. The offensive line is not that same offensive line. The Chargers season was over the moment, what was it?
Rashawn Slater.
Yeah, the moment he got injured, their season was over. Their Super Bowl contention season was done. So I don't judge the Chargers. This is a lost year, and that really sucks because in the NFL, your championship windows are really small, and this is a lost year. But I'm gonna chalk it up. That's still my dark horse team, but they're hurt, man. And I do agree. I think they should have dominated the Falcons if they were healthy, but that's not the game. That's not the game. So they were lucky to squeak by the Falcons, and on to the next one. That's all I want to say.
Aaron, what you got to say?
Keenan Allen has been hurt for how long?
Mike Williams too.
Yeah, Mike Williams too. So yeah, they're scraping. Some of the barrel of their receivers just get something out of it. So and you got to commend them for that. And as far as Atlanta, y'all rebuilding just like us, bro. I wouldn't expect too much from them. Granted, you tried to put up a fight. Just didn't go away.
Rebuilding for 20 plus years, bro.
We only 3 years, a couple years away from a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
We were just in it. Like us.
Detroit, though, right?
Us, like he ain't been rebuilding the last 20 years.
Man, come on.
Hey man, listen, I'm saying something to you. Let me ask you about that.
Todd, you got anything to say about this?
Ever gonna be healthy?
Does
anybody have an answer to that? Is Keenan Allen ever gonna be healthy, bro?
I don't know what's up with that.
Both the receivers are not healthy. Mike Williams not healthy. Only reason why I know is because I have him on my freaking bench. Keenan Allen not healthy. Like there's so much stuff. Like this team, when healthy, should be where you think they should be. Wash, when healthy.
Yeah, I like
Allen over there. He playing through injury.
Chalk it up.
Ain't Herbert playing through an injury?
Yes,
Yeah.
his
You
ribs.
got that too. Yeah, so you got that too. Yeah, I mean,
No
And they still
line,
should have lost.
no receivers. You have Gilbert Everett, who's a average best tight end. You're asking Austin Eckler to do everything for you right now. That's what it is. Last week, I don't know about this week's, but last week he almost had 100-yard receiving. That's terrible, bro. We gonna move on, all right? So the next game that we're talking about is my cousin Tua Tagovailoa going into the Chi-Town to meet my boy Devins Peoples, 35-32. I'll tell you like this: I'm glad Timothy's here. I am glad Timothy's here because I've given this man flowers once, but he deserves it even more this time. This was a shootout. Tua and Justin Fields went crazy this week, and when we look at the stats, 21 for 30, 21 for 30 attempts, 302, 3 touchdowns. This man Tyreek Cheetah went 143 with a touchdown. Jalen Waddle with 85 and a touchdown. The running game was consistent. Shout out to Jeff Wilson, Niner going over there. And then you look on the other side, 123 yards, 3 touchdowns for Justin Fields, but he also puts it down on the ground, 178 for a touchdown. Like, I don't know what it is, and to be honest, I don't follow the Bears as much, but I believe what RC said in a segment I watched, they're getting the ball out of his hands quickly because what you said, Tim, they don't have an O-line for him to protect him to progress through his reads. He has to get it out. And it shows 123 yards out of 28 attempts and still got 3 TDs out of that. That's amazing. And if you look at it, a lot of the people that I watch, they're telling me the same thing that I'm actually watching. It's like, bro, he's been the best. He's been a top 5 quarterback in the last 4 weeks. And it's crazy because I'm watching this. Yeah, you can say that. Y'all can all say that. But at this time, when you look back into this draft last year, and you try to look through this draft again, you're not taking a lot of these players before Justin Fields right now. The way he's been playing. These last 4 games, I mean, it was beautiful to watch. You're talking about, bro, Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet getting these 2 touchdowns, 1 touchdown. Like, but you got to understand, it was just a crazy game for all of it. It was electric. If you guys hate those defensive type games, you're gonna sit there and be like, oh, this was basketball on a football field. I don't know. I want y'all to think. So I'll tell you like this: a lot of Justin Fields hate from me. Everyone knows I don't trust Chicago Bear quarterbacks and I don't trust Ohio State quarterbacks, and he's exactly both. And the only reason why I'm giving him his flowers right now is he's impressed me the whole time. And Vogt happened to take him off the waivers prior to me taking him off the waivers. So, I give a big middle fingers to this Ohio State fan. If y'all have any other opinions on this game, because the
biggest difference between Justin Fields from last year to this year, and it's actually the thing I hate the most about what they're doing with him, is they're doing design runs with him, not letting him
type of quarterback.
He can't read defense. You gotta let him
He's
run.
not, but he's showing out with that role, which is fine. But future, that man is meant to stay in the pocket and air it out. They gotta get in line to protect that man and let him do what he do. Like, I get it, you gotta work with what you got, but I still think the future of the Bears, as long as their line is as sorry as they are, needs to revert to moving the pocket. To give him time to stand back there and air it out because he has the arm for it. To respect what they're doing, they're just trying to win. They're trying to put a little piece together. I get it. That's the biggest difference. That's why he's balling out right now, is they're playing design runs, and that hasn't been his play before.
Todd, you're next.
Say again?
You're next. I know you want to say something.
Jamarcus Russell had the arm strength for it too, but neither one of them can read defenses.
That's
bad take, G.
That's a bad take for you being at Wisconsin right now.
State, dog. That's all that is.
So anyone else want to say something about this game?
Yeah, can I say this though? Shout out to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, man. Tyreek Hill leading the league in receiving yards. Jalen Waddle, these dudes are who we thought they were and who they paid them to be. They performing, man. Shout out to Tua too from bouncing back from that injury and all that too. But them dudes is balling out, man.
And I'll come back to this on my second game that I have to talk about, because Yeah, it's a bigger take than y'all. Especially Washington, he's gonna hate this game. But we're going from Carolina going into Cincinnati. Washington said he's gonna take 30 seconds on this game. 21-42, the Bengals destroy them without Jamar Chase. What do you have to say about this, Wash?
The Bengals won a game that they were supposed to win. I am impressed. The Bengals did everything. The Bengals played well, but their competition was the Panthers. I don't have a lot to say. I want to take this time to shorten the time so we can input on a different game because there's not much to talk about. Shout out to Baker Mayfield, 14-20, no interceptions. I thought Baker Mayfield was better than everyone was saying. He proved he wasn't. And this game just proves that he can manage the ball if he tries. I have nothing to say. This game was fucking boring. Next.
But that's the key.
From my fantasy team.
But this is key to what you just said, and this will be something that I bring up later about that was a team they supposed to beat. Okay, just remember that. All right, so go ahead, Wash. Go ahead. I want you to talk about.
No. Let's move on. Anybody else? Let's move on.
Yeah, all right. So we're gonna go into Green Bay Packers going to Detroit, losing 9-15. What an ugly ass game. Aaron, talk to me about it.
We won a meaningless game, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. At this point, lose out. Get the number 1 pick. Go ahead. I want CJ Stroud. I'm just being completely honest.
A Michigan guy calling this, by the way.
Yes, like I want CJ Stroud. Either him or that DN from Tennessee.
No, stop.
Yeah, I need
Stop.
some offense.
I mean, we don't need offense. We had a top 5 offense this entire season. We need defense.
You need a quarterback.
We need a quarterback, but the bright spot with the Lions right now is we hold 6 picks in the top 65.
That's a real good. Speak, Wash. You like the sound of that right there with draft capital.
Hey man, you know I love my picks, man.
6 picks in the top 65 with $65 million in cap.
That's pretty good.
We are about to we are set up right now for prime moving over to the defense because on offensive line we have honestly a top 5 offensive line. We have
my cousin over there.
We are the top 5 offense in the league, but we are the very last defense, and it shows. We're literally in the game every single game. Granted, Aaron Rodgers was throwing the ball just to freaking Kirby Joseph. Like, here you go, Kirby. I'm talking about he was just giving it to him, so that helped us out a lot. I'm very disappointed in Aiden Hutchinson. Granted, he caught a pick. I don't care. You ain't have a sack. Brother ain't had a sack since week 3.
To be fair,
and this is coming
Bakhtiari
from
played.
a Michigan fan.
Bakhtiari played, and he went against Bakhtiari. To be fair,
So
he's a
Shout out the Bay Area.
I mean, what did Aaron Donald do? What did Aaron Donald do against the best offensive line? He was they were comparing him to he's the most
Aaron Donald.
NFL.
Aaron Donald wasn't a rookie either.
No, I'm saying you as a rookie. There's a reason he made Pro Bowl since he's been a rookie. That's a rookie.
Hey, take your Michigan bias out of it, bro. Hutchinson not like the Bosa boys. Not like the Bosa boys. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't like that coming out of college. Wasn't like that.
He was compared to that, but he was. He was
compared. I mean, let's be honest about it, bro.
If we being honest, I wanted the hometown boy in Ahmad Gardner.
Bro,
So Hutchinson. So like, here's the comparison.
You call him
for
sauce.
Hutchinson.
He's from Detroit. His name is me.
The thing with Hutchinson was, in big moments, he didn't show up in college. Why would you think he's going to show up in the NFL?
That's the thing. What big moments has he had to show up to?
He ain't gonna get no big moments in Detroit either.
Sounds like we're
he didn't have
smoking
any
big
impact in that Michigan game
Show up
last
to any
year.
big moments. We haven't had right now. We have the bare minimum in defense. There are only 2 people on this defense I would keep. Malcolm Rodriguez and freaking Jeff Okuda.
Yeah, boy, that's my guy right there.
I would ship everyone out right now for Pitts. And I'm not even joking. You got whoever you want. Deshaun Elliott, Patrick Joseph, anybody on that defense, even Aiden Hutchinson ass. Get him the hell up out of here.
I get it. Whatever. Yeah, I get it. You want to trade the whole team away and get all your picks.
It's a defense. There's a reason we're the bottom defense. The bottom, the very last. That means we are under the toilet seat right now. We are pure shit.
They
We are toilet paper right now. Not even we not Charmin. We Scott.
I'll tell you, hey, I'll tell you like this though. When it comes to your team, right? Yes, your defense is what it is, but it doesn't help when Swift and Amon St. Brown are always hurt every week too. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't help. It doesn't help that you trade T.J. Hawkinson within the division. It doesn't help.
Hey, that's
like,
wild. Yeah.
I'm agree for that one.
It's good too.
It doesn't help. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy about that. But we have to go to this next game. And we're talking about the Oakland Raiders going into Jacksonville to play the Jaguars 20-27. They lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars. What you got about this, Timmy?
Yeah, so I picked Jacksonville to win because Oakland, or Los Angeles, whatever you want to call them, are just bad. Now, this game is wild, right? Because, so I was at the game. I was at the Packers-Lions game. I got to see my team lose because Rodgers played like dog doo-doo. But anyhow, so I was at the game, so I didn't actually get to watch. But, you know, they give you updates. You know, up on the scoreboard, you can see that. So Vontae and Carr went the hell off in the first half. It was beating the brakes off them boys. And next thing you know, the Jags tied it up, and Devontae Adams still had the same amount of receiving yards he had going into halftime. Their offense just disappeared. I don't know what's going on over there. If it's a coaching staff issue, rest in peace to Mario. I'm sorry that your team is that worse than mine. That's crazy because my team is pretty bad right now. But I mean, he's going through it. I don't know what Oakland's got going on. Jacksonville, they're a team that's, I feel, a couple pieces, a couple stability in the coaching staff. They're gonna be dangerous.
Yeah,
they building that. Take that boy from Atlanta. I know that Thorne was just talking about him right before that trade went down. So I know that's gonna hurt him. But like, they setting themselves up. They're a few pieces and stability in the coaching staff away from being real contenders within just playoff runs. I'm not saying Super Bowls. It's too early for that. But just playoff runs in general.
that division's open too, by the way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No,
I don't think it's as open as you think it is. I don't think it's nowhere near as open as you think it is. Tennessee is still Tennessee's division.
Tannehill is one. He's like,
But Malik Willis funny too.
Malik Willis started last week.
That's really his job. You know what I'm saying? Like they just holding off on it, giving them that respect.
Yeah.
Let's not. I'm sorry to interrupt. Let's not play no games. It's still Tennessee's division, and at the end of the day, the way Tennessee started off real slow, and I'm there. I was like, man, this division's wide open. The division ain't as open as you think. 2, 3, and 4, yeah, but number 1 is Tennessee.
One question, and I get he's what Thorne says generational, but a 29-year-old running back. How many do we have that are still elite at 29 years old?
No, yeah, he's on a decline, but I think that's a decline from game planning.
It's not a real decline. That's
They
a decline based off not having a receiver to throw to.
Yeah,
They don't have a number one. They don't have a number one receiver. They don't have no one.
King Henry?
Yes.
Who?
King Henry.
Henry's like number 4 in rushing yards in the league.
Congratulations.
The first two games he didn't
Wash. You didn't ask. You didn't answer my question because you're eating your kids' candy right now while I'm asking a question.
Don't be fucking rude. He can hear you. Don't do that.
All right.
You, okay?
So
don't be snitching.
I'm just asking you a question. As an elite running back, how many right now, as we speak, is 29 or 30?
They say 30 is the wall.
Better question is, how many running backs do you have that have 3 solid years and then after that 4th year come back just as good?
Bro,
there isn't very many.
You're asking. Yes, no. But look, what I'm saying is what Thorne said. King Henry cannot just give you 40 every year. That shit is gonna fucking. That's just like, bro, like that's just too much. Then you're asking Malik Willis, who's not accurate, got to arm a rookie, doesn't have a number one receiver, and who can name their tight end right now?
They have a number 3 receiver.
Because majority of the time, when you're a rookie wide receiver, a quarterback, what's the answer? Who's your best friend on offense? A tight end.
Running back?
No, a tight end.
Yeah, my bad. Listen, I'm sorry.
Bro.
I'm starting off by this. Derrick Henry is the leading rusher. Is the leading rusher in the league right now. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. The only thing I had to say based on that whole conversation was this: that division is not wide open. That division is Tennessee, and then everybody else.
Okay,
that's how that division goes. Tennessee is a clear-cut favorite in that division
this year.
This season. We're talking about next
season. We're talking about next year. And the reason why I say that is look at that defense and name all the defenders right now that are in their youth. A lot of them are long in the tooth.
I don't know anybody on Tennessee defense. Who the hell plays Tennessee?
That's why. But think about the division: the Jaguars, the Colts, bums, Titans, and who? Titans, and then who's the fourth person in that group?
Texans, bro. Your boy, Davis Mills.
So of course it's the Titans. Of course it's the Titans.
Hold on, you know I'm biased as hell though. I'm already rooting for Jacksonville. So I'm not as zoned out because he gave me the most boring game to talk about. So I'm not as zoned out for a second, but Jacksonville will take that division. I'm high on that. But let's.
We just wasted 3 minutes right now. Then
conversation about, man.
We just wasted 3 minutes. This motherfucker eating trick or treat candy in November. Nah, I'm just playing.
Talk, man. Damn.
Listen,
move on, bro.
We talked about a team that in Todd we trust. Got kind of mad because I called them bums. We got the Indianapolis Colts going into New England, a rivalry back when I had a hairline. 3-26 Patriots win. Todd, what's up? Talk to me, T-Mac.
All right, so let's be honest. The Colts do suck this year. Main problem, obviously, for this game was Jonathan Taylor was out. That's always going to be a problem. You know, Jonathan Taylor. Shut up in the corner. You're in the corner. Hey, but the biggest issue, too, is the Colts were 0-14 on third down. You don't win, you don't convert third down.
Right.
Ever. Just how the league works. The Colts defense is pretty solid. Leonard is better, obviously, on the field, but he was actually calling defensive plays off the field from the sideline. Even Belichick mentioned that Leonard was calling what the Patriots were going to do before they did it. And Sam Ehlinger sucks. Of course, he was sacked 9 times. And then you had Mac Jones is average. He's a game manager. If you got a good run game, I think he'd be great with that. But he is a game manager.
Sorry, I mean interrupt. Best word for Patriots. All he needs is a game manager.
Yeah, I mean it works. It gets you 6 rings. Nah, but if we're being serious though, Ehlinger got sacked 9 times. I don't know how that offensive line went from one of the best to one of the worst. I know they have no left tackle.
A retirement.
Retirement. And then the Colts obviously fired their head coach, hired Jeff Saturday out of nowhere, and then put an assistant passing coordinator as their offensive coordinator. So I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe we want the number 1 pick.
Todd, you hit it on the head when it came to this game. When I announced this game to you, I'm like, this is not the subject that we want to talk about. I do want to talk about this hiring, though. How do you get a guy that has high school experience when you have people like Reggie Wayne in your freaking coaching staff? You have a lot of people that are very much qualified to take over, and you give a high school coach a best friend the damn thing. This is not good as far as culture-wise for that team to get him. You have all these coaches that were under, what's his name?
Frank Wright.
Right. And then now they got to listen to a guy that wasn't even in the room, because usually when you do interim, someone in that room takes over for a while. That that must y'all might want C.J. Stroud. Y'all want Bryce Young. Y'all wanted a quarterback over there because it's like, how do you do that? How do you hire outside the circle? That's to me like if I was in that circle, I'm like, damn man, I'm probably gonna be the interim coach, and then they bring up someone that was over here at Good Morning Football. Like this is crazy to me.
That's
Well,
wild to me. I don't-
the problem is, other than Reggie Wayne, none of them will be around anymore. They'll clean house completely.
Right, because they all came out of the old coaches stuff. Thorne, what you have to say about that?
I don't understand it either, man. Like I said though about that whole Matt Ryan, Indianapolis trade, I think Atlanta made out like thieves in the night, like I've been saying all year, man. Like thieves in the night. But if you look at the AFC South, we was thinking that Indianapolis was gonna run away with this division going into the season. So it should have been. It
Agreed.
should be the coach running. It should be the coach. You know what I mean? The coach doing their thing. You know what I mean? But I don't know what's up if Jonathan Taylor being hurt, trying to get back right, and Matt Ryan is still Matt Ryan. Sam Ehlinger was never that guy in college, so I don't know why they thought it was gonna be cool in the NFL. Yeah, man, it's tough to see tough scenes as a coach, man. I feel
Wash?
like you expect more.
I never, ever, not one time did I think Indianapolis was going to run away with this division. I thought Matt Ryan was trash. I remember I made a big deal about this, and everybody looked at me like I was crazy. I said Matt Ryan was trash. I still feel that way, and I still feel like the team obviously felt that way. Jonathan Taylor, listen, it's an understatement. It's overstatement saying he's trash. That's going too far. But on a serious note, I think last season was, I don't want to call it a fluke, but I don't think he's gonna pull. I don't think he's gonna be the leading. I don't think Jonathan Taylor's gonna have another season like that. I think he's gonna be a decent, consistent runner. That's about it. The Colts have never been good. I was never swayed that this team was going to be good. The team looked like they had a good defense, and their offense was always going to struggle. And that's exactly what just happened. The Colts literally are who they showed who they were last. No, they were better last year, man. They didn't upgrade. They didn't upgrade, man. The Colts were never a good team, and it really upsets me that people got tricked into thinking this team was good because they got Matt Ryan.
I disagree. I think last year all they were missing was a quarterback, and their defense was really good. But then that offensive line, like you said, must have retired or went on to go to other places. So now he doesn't have that time. Like, I'm sorry, if you would have swapped them last year and Wentz and freaking Matty Ice last year, there's no question that the Colts probably would have even made it to the conference because that defense was scary good. Jonathan Taylor ran hell through that.
Playoffs maybe, but
they
not
would
the.
they would have made it to
Chiefs over Chiefs and Bills. Over the Chiefs and Bills.
Crazy.
They would have made it to the conference championship game.
Over the Bengals.
And what, the XFL?
Over the Bengals too, like those three teams, like that's crazy to say. You have to,
Bengals couldn't stop the run.
As good as Joe Burrow was, let's just be honest, he got to the Super Bowl on some fluke shit. I called the Bengals.
you did. You definitely did. I remember.
You did.
I remember you did call that.
And I'm talking about long before this, like as it was going down, and I said who was gonna make it. I said Bengals around the Super Bowl. I seen it because those were the hottest. It's not about being the best team. You gotta be the best. You gotta be hot. Like, and both of those teams just happen to be the hottest teams in football. Simple.
Hey, listen. That was a hot take, but that's a what if hot take. So we're gonna.
Beyond a boiling take, my boy. Shit's beyond.
All right, so we're gonna talk about this next game, and I'm so happy to be the one to talk about this because last week I called this upset to happen because Vogt has an upset this week, and it has to do with the Niners. But the Buffalo Bills go against the New York Jets and lose by a field goal, and I called this upset happening. And again, the Buffalo Bills are old. beaten anyone in their division yet. And what do we all know as football fans? You got to win that first. You're 0-2 against, one, Miami, who's still going crazy right now. Two, the Jets, surprisingly, are going crazy right now. That Jets team reminds me of the Rex Ryan teams. I'm not comparing Revis Island to Sauce Gardner, but Sauce Gardner got that swag too. That man, crazy. That defense is crazy because you have a defensive type coach. The only thing different is they have a better quarterback because Zach Wilson is way better than what's his face that got the butt fumble. But this Jets team, surprisingly, shout out to Cody, is pretty good this year. I called this upset only because I was gambling on the divisional game and knowing that the Dolphins beat them earlier, but they lost here. So, hey, look, I'm going to take this one. Josh Allen, threw it 34 times, completed 205 with 2 interceptions, 0 touchdowns. Sauce Gardner had a pick, and they took that shit away from him. Josh Allen also ran. Bro, it's not you're never going to win the game if you're also leading in rushing. And the next person after that is 24. He had 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. The next person, your starting running back, 24 yards. Everyone else, Stephon Gibbs still had his 93 out of 5, but at the same time, it's that Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed, like that Robert Saleh defense came through. Zach Wilson, 1 touchdown, no mistakes. Washington always talks about this. If you're not an elite quarterback, be an average one that doesn't give up no turnovers, and he did. 18 completions to 25 attempts, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. What's up? What's up, Aaron?
I like how you said that. Like Josh Allen isn't the elite quarterback in the NFL.
He is. He had a bad game. But what I'm saying is, elite quarterbacks can have bad games with turnovers and still win the game, right? Because I've seen it where you throw two interceptions and you over here out of nowhere in one quarter throw 3 touchdowns. But when it comes to people like Zach Wilson, when it comes to people like Jimmy G, as long as you don't give up the freaking ball, and 1 touchdown maybe, you're gonna win the game most of the time. Just be perfect. Ty, what's up?
Hey, track 2, Josh Allen possibly has a UCL injury, which he had once before in 2018.
Well, this is another thing I kept talking about, is the way he runs the ball. He never slides. He wants to be a running back a lot of the times. A lot of that, listen, if it does happen, I pray that he recovers. Todd, you have something else?
Well, the only thing is, too, the UCL injury is from the throwing motion. He hurt his elbow during the throwing motion.
Oh, okay.
So it's taking hits when you're throwing, getting hit normally in like the forearm area will mess with your elbow.
Yeah, but how many times does he use that damn elbow to run? How many elbows?
He's got big ass shoulders. He's bigger than linebackers.
That man Todd just got off on me, man. That boy done traded me Josh Allen in our fantasy league, and he knew he was hurt.
Hey. You asked for him. I got nobody.
Thorn, you had something to say?
You still winning. I'm trying to. Yeah, we got to stop the madness though. That's just a bad game, man.
It was.
I think Salah just really got them boys motivated, man, to play the Bills. But you got to do that to play the Bills because they are that team, regardless of this result, and they will be come end of the year.
It's their Super Bowl to lose.
Yeah, right.
It is
right.
their Super Bowl to lose this year. They are the best team in the league right now.
Josh Allen getting the MVP for sure. Right now, he got to be the front runner on everybody's standings. But
he was front runner from the begin with.
Bills Minnesota Super Bowl. I said it. Remember it.
I don't know about Minnesota though. But Sauce Gardner is a generational talent though. He gonna be a problem for a few years, man. Well, maybe not even more than a few. But I think he's better than Darrell Reeves.
Thorn think everybody generational talent, bro. I'm so sorry. Hey, Soren LaFau is a generational career counselor.
No, Bills and what? Who did you say was going to the Super Bowl?
Vikings.
Hey. Aaron got to be on record for the worst takes ever, bro. He got to be.
Yo. What's the next
usually right. That's crazy. They're usually right.
November 9th, Bills.
I mean, it's not super outlandish, but I just
No.
can't see them.
Yeah,
I can't tell you, but I can't tell you a front runner on the NFC that's like I can tell
You
you
gonna take Kirk
the Bills
Cousins in
are
the playoffs?
the Bills are a front runner on the AFC though. You can't say
Kirk
that
can't
on
even win a
NFC.
Monday night game. You want to take him in the playoffs? Stop it, bro.
He can't even win a Thursday night game in preseason. What the fuck?
I'm sorry. I apologize for interrupting. My fault.
Listen,
Win the NFC
and
championship.
this is how you segue into the Minnesota Vikings going into the Washington Commanders' house and winning 20-17, barely beating Taylor Heineke. So
Sanders.
Hey,
Barely beat the-
okay, this is my game to talk about. So I do think that Taylor Heineke just won that job though, and they need to just buy in on Heineke, man. Stop all this madness bringing in all these names. These quarterbacks they're bringing in that compete with him are just names. They got bigger names than him, and that's why he don't get the job. But he's outplaying them every time, and they need to just buy in on that man. They're messing up their system. They're messing up his confidence. The man ain't never went out there and had a super terrible game. You know what I mean? I mean, he has had some, but I think that's the quarterback they need to move forward with. And then this team with Chase Young back and all these people, you know what I mean? Curtis Samuel, you see the plays Curtis Samuel was making. You know what I mean? It could be dangerous if they can add some weapons to that team, but they're not a crazy factor right now, but they could be something. Minnesota, they finally started getting the ball with Jefferson again, man. I think that was holding them back a lot. They was trying to do some new stuff
right now.
Yeah, they was doing some extra stuff, trying to flip it up. Just get it to your playmaker, man. You know what I mean? Let him do what he got to do. I think and they showed that it helped him. He was making big plays all over the field. Got the touchdown. Thielen making some noise again. Hockenson, what's his name? Hockenson from Detroit. Immediately made an impact. That's a big pickup for them. I can't believe Detroit let him go. But yeah, man, and Dalvin Cook is still not where he need to be. So I mean, like I said, that take that he said about Super Bowl with Minnesota it's a little wild, but it's not as outlandish as y'all make it seem. It's not as wild as y'all make it seem. But yeah, man, that's Kirk Cousins. I like what they doing, getting his confidence up with all the chains and hyping him up and all that, man. It's good for him. You could tell it's helping him out too, man, because everybody been dogging him since he was in Washington. So that I like what they're doing. It's helping his swag out a lot, man. So maybe that's all he need. You know what I mean? You never know. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about it. Shout out to Minnesota for getting the dub. Washington, I think they figured out who they starting quarterback is, and they need to buy in on that, man.
Yeah, he's good. He's a bridge quarterback. Heineke is a bridge quarterback to get them where they need to be. But I need to finish this one because I do have a question for Aaron with his hot take. Let me know on this 7-1 record what team that they actually beat that mattered. They lost to the Eagles. Okay, they beat the Packers respectfully. That's a divisional game. That could have gone either way. Y'all beat the Lions. Y'all beat the Saints. They had Dalton. Y'all beat the Bears. Y'all beat a tourless Miami Dolphins. Y'all beat the Cardinals, the Commanders. Y'all got the Bills next week. That's where I'm gonna judge that team.
Can you not say y'all? Because I'm not a Minnesota fan.
Shit.
What I'm saying is this: the Minnesota Vikings right now.
They got a 0-calorie record.
They have the scariest offense in the league.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. TJ Hawkinson is not better than George Kittle. Dalvin Cook is not better than CMC.
Wait. The Niners don't have the scary offense in the league either, though. We got to make sure we understand that.
Stop it.
Why is that? When I have a running back that can throw and receive and run the ball for a touchdown.
Big quarterback, though.
A lot of bias, Tony.
Our quarterback is just, bro. Jimmy G beat Kirk Cousins and threw the ball 8 times in the playoffs.
Stop it.
They're the same player to me. You're not telling me nothing I don't want to hear, but they're not nothing crazy though.
Jimmy G shows up under the bright lights. Kirk Cousins does not.
Name me.
And let's not even get on that defense. That niggas on the defense is really good.
They're not better than the Niners. They're not.
We're going off subject.
But I'll tell you like this, bro, because this is going crazy. What was your question, Thorn? Real quick, what was that question? Because
I'm about to say
you can't name the running back that can even lace the cleats of any of ours.
That's cool. You got a lot of Swiss Army knives. You got a lot of options.
Positionless football.
But what you saying them being the scariest offense in the league is a little crazy.
How?
Knowing that Buffalo got a quarterback that can hit you for 99 on any play, and that's any play.
What?
Notice I didn't say best. I said scariest. I didn't say best. I said scariest.
That's not true either. That's not true either.
It's not the Vikings. It's not the Vikings.
DJ Hawkinson is a top
Next game, please.
and Dalvin Cook is a top 5 running back. Their offensive line is very good.
You don't want to hear that shit.
Good is scary.
Oh my time. Yeah, so much.
I don't want to hear that shit, bro.
There's only three offenses in the league that's scary to the slightest.
You know what's crazy about this whole thing?
That's Miami, Kansas City, and Buffalo. It's the only scariest offense that give you chills. That's the only offense that give you chills.
No, not the Giants. No.
Listen. Hey, let me stop this. Okay, I'm about to go to the next game, but before I go to the next game, just know that in every level in offense, we have an All-Pro. Can anybody say that?
Bro, my God, I have the next game.
All right.
I want to go, man.
All right, so hey, that's perfect. That's perfect because it's your turn. The Seattle Seahawks go against the Cardinals, 31-21. Geno goes. This is the quarterback you think is better than a lot of quarterbacks.
And I stand by this, and I said it at the beginning of the season. Before the first, I said everyone's counting out Geno, except me. I believe in Geno, and Geno is proving that Geno is doing great things. They finally gave Geno a chance, and Geno is better than Kirk Cousins.
And lost to the Niners.
The Seattle Seahawks are a better built team. Let me.
Whoa. Move. Hey, Michael Jackson. Moonwalk.
Let me back up. Because I get it. I get the 10. Okay, let me phrase that. Their quarterback is better than the Minnesota's quarterback. Okay. I think. Okay. Let me focus on the game. Y'all got me. I think Seattle will win. I think Seattle will win that division. I think Seattle will come out the division, and I think it has to do with they have the better coaching staff. What I like about Seattle, I don't like Kyle Shanahan. I fucking hate Kyle Shanahan.
He'll lose your Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't. You're so high on Kyle Shanahan, and I cannot figure out why.
Hey, Pat Carroll can
Nope, you said
Pat Carroll can lose you one by throwing it at the 1 yard line.
Mute yourself. About 4 minutes. We ain't on minute 4, my boy. We ain't on minute 4. Mute yourself.
Karma's a bitch because you did that to me during my take.
No, all jokes aside, I do like him. I think Seattle's a really well built team. This was a team that earlier in the season we had all written them off, and they have definitely shown that they deserve to still be in the. I think they will upset somebody's playoff chances. I don't see them going far.
They're not going to the playoffs.
I definitely see them upsetting somebody's ticket to the playoffs. Geno Smith, 26-34, 275, 2 TDs, 1 interception. Kenneth Walker, 26 attempts, 109 yards.
I like him.
I do. I think they're a very solid team. On the other side of the ball, what's going on in Arizona?
I brought this up week 1.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think anybody on here bought in that Arizona was a good team.
Yes, they did. I have receipts.
Somebody bought in?
A lot of y'all did. I have receipts.
Please bring. I never thought. I don't like Kyler Murray. Never have. I just thought that.
I don't like that offensive line.
This is what I did say though. I knew the team would look a bit different with DeAndre, and I thought it would look better. I thought DeAndre would be good enough to make them look good. However, let's be honest, bro. Kyler Murray, you ain't got no room to be arguing with DeAndre Hopkins, bro. You ain't got no. You ain't. You need to. If DeAndre says, "I'm doing the slant," you need to say, "Roger, when oh, that's military. Roger, where do you want it? Where do you want it? All right, you don't need to sit here and be arguing back with DeAndre.
You gave him the answer though. He doesn't have an offensive line. You need time.
Listen, no, bro.
Given that same issue Baker Mayfield had.
The problem, so there are many problems with the Cardinals, but the number one problem is fire the head coach.
I don't think it's much for this Kyler.
You think it's Kyler? You said?
Yeah, it's the happy feet thing, and he's just too immature. Him and Baker have the same issues.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, plus Call of Duty just dropped. Call of Duty just dropped.
He's busy. I get it.
So you ain't got time, bro. So the NFL season, or I don't know. I'm not gonna take too much longer on this. I would just sit here and say my two takeaways on this is one, Arizona is not that good. I thought DeAndre would hide a lot of their mistakes, and number two, Seattle is a lot better than we all said coming into the year, and I'm very happy for Gino. And like I said, I wanted if this is crazy take day, I want to throw mine out. All right, my hot take: Seahawks win the division.
All right, so we're going to this. Yes, it is wild. So I'm going to the next game. We have another divisional game, or not divisional game, but divisional rival. The LA Rams go into Tampa and lose to Tom Brady last second, 13-16. I don't know who had this game. Well, go ahead, Todd.
So let's talk about that. Tampa Bay had to win that game on a last-second touchdown, but they dominated the whole game and still had to win on that last drive. The Bucks doubled their first downs. Tom Brady threw the ball way too many times, 58 times. Isn't that how old he is? That's way too many. And then Tampa Bay got to learn to run the ball. Somebody's got to run the ball. On the Rams side, I know there's been a lot of speculation with Matt Stafford having arm issues, nerve damage, whatever. But the impressive thing to me always with them is Cooper Kupp's their main weapon, and he's still 8 catches on 9 targets with 127 yards and a touchdown. But also for Tampa Bay, their defense is nice, and the thing that impressed me the most was Vita Vea. Vita Vea had 2 sacks. He had 3 other hits on the quarterback, and he had 3 tackles for loss.
That man was shifting their ass too. I was
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Mike Evans either. He had 5 catches on 11 targets. That's way too many not catching the ball. I don't know. 40 yards. He's a big guy. He should be getting the ball down the field. I think he's getting older and maybe he's having some separation issues. I don't know.
Well, you do have Jalen Ramsey on the other side.
Yeah, but wasn't he on Godwin most of the time?
That's true. I have to look at the tape because I didn't really fully watch that game.
And possibly Tom Brady might have found his next tight end with Cade Otton. He had a good game, 5 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
Oh, that zig route. That zig route was the one that won the game, right?
Right.
I cannot believe how that defense crumbled in that last few minutes. Was it the last minute, or last 40 seconds, whatever? That Rams defense, I cannot believe that. That was just outrageous to see. Got all the hype that defense gets on the regular, and just for whatever the Rams, what's his name, Aaron Donald trying to get pressure, he couldn't do nothing, man. He couldn't do it. Yeah, he couldn't get to Brady at all in that last few minutes. Couldn't make a play. But maybe they'll fix it.
Speak on that. Brady only got sacked 1 time, but Aaron Donald did get 2 hits on him. He didn't get any sacks, but he did get 2 pressures.
Well, check this out. Hey, listen. Both of those teams scrubs. This next game, we got the Tennessee Titans. This is a real good game, by the way,
Was.
because they always play well against each other. The Tennessee Titans go into Arrowhead Stadium and go against Patrick Mahomes and them boys, 17-20. Aaron, what you think about it?
Great game. When you lose in overtime, it counts a little bit more. Zeke Willis needs to get a little bit more accurate with his throws. He is really inaccurate. I know he has the arm strength to get it to whoever. However, granted, ain't nobody on that team, no Randy Moss, no Calvin Johnson, no freaking Jamal Chase. No one's on that team gonna go get the ball. So therefore, you have to be able to put it to where it needs to be. And right now, his inaccuracy is what actually lost in that game. I think he was like 5 for 17 or 5 for 18 with 80 yards. However, you can't stop Derrick Henry. He is a freak of nature. He reminds me of Brandon Jacobs times 2. Y'all remember Brandon Jacobs? Huh?
I'll give you the times 2. You threw me off before.
I said Brandon Jacobs. Yeah, Brandon Jacobs times 2. He is that kind of good. With that being said, now we're going to the other side of the ball. Freaking my homeboy. I think he threw for like 400 that game, and he was absolutely amazing. And granted, yeah, he has the 1 or 2, depending on who you ask, tight end right now. And he's gonna go catch the ball. Miko Hardman isn't that guy. He is not the guy they expected to be. However, that rookie they got could very well be that guy. So that's on the top. I feel like right now at this stage, Kansas City, when they first started off, I did say that they were the worst team in that division, and they're very stacked division at that. But they show their true colors, and they thriving, and they can go to play. That defense is still suspect. I'm here twisted. That defense is still I don't have nothing about it. I'd rather have my own defense.
Hey, look. Malik Willis got a lot he has a lot to learn, but again, even with him being what is it called? A wild card. That's the reason why I bring up that AFC South being so open, is because we don't know what Malik Willis will be in a 17 game series or season. So we're going to go to this last game. We're going to talk about this before we go to our quick pick'ems. This game is crazy. I'll bring it up, and everyone, we all have our opinions on this. The Ravens go into New Orleans and beat them 27-13. A lot of the things that I've watched this week, they're saying that the Ravens finally are clicking, and they got them being contenders. To me, again, I've always thought that they were contenders. They were always in the top, like, 7-ish, you know what I mean? Because two things travel, especially with Roquan Smith being there, defense and run game. They have that. That's always going to travel regardless. I don't know what else to say about this. The Saints, again, they're a quarterback-less team. They have a lot. They have everything to offer except that. Like, they have a really good roster. They just don't have a quarterback that's consistent. I just want y'all opinions on this. Aaron, Thorn, Todd, Washington, if y'all have something in that order that I just said, go ahead and talk to me about this game. Aaron?
Damn trash.
Go ahead, Thorn. This is your division.
Okay. Yeah, I still don't think I still ain't seen what I need to see out of Lamar Jackson yet, man. I think he's still trying to earn that contract. He's throwing the ball a lot better though. He was throwing the ball a lot better that game. He was looking a lot more comfortable in the pocket. I think his abilities and what he can do, when the ball in his hand, that's why they listed him as a contender, because that's just something you can't contend with. The Saints, shout out to Chris Olave, man. he's gonna be a big time receiver for a long time, man. And it's being overlooked, sort of. But I think he about to shine if they get him a good quarterback. That's all I got to say about that game. You know, the Ravens looking like, I think the Ravens. Everybody thought the Ravens was gonna win that, and Lamar Jackson is still trying to prove himself. So we're gonna see what happens in the end of the year.
The game was blue juice.
Ty, what's up?
I think Lamar Jackson just has the same issue he's had every year. He's got a giant arm and he's super athletic, and he tries to ride it too much. He doesn't do his reads sometimes. He knows he can fit that ball in anywhere, so he tries to. And I know Mark Andrews catches some crazy stuff, but sometimes you got to go with your reads, and he just has to learn that still. And I think that's why they haven't paid him. I think if he could sit in the pocket and throw reads, they'd pay him. He could be one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but he's not Patrick Mahomes with the reads yet, and I think that's his biggest issue. And with the Saints, I don't know what's going on with Kamara. He didn't do anything yesterday. I haven't heard anything about him, or this last weekend. I haven't heard anything about him all year, really. So I don't know if he's battling injuries or they just put Nate in the box because they know that ain't nobody scared of the quarterback anymore.
Well, I mean, it kind of hurts Lamar Jackson because, you know, Rashad Bateman is definitely going to be the next.
Soon to be. Ty, what you got over there vaping?
I will sit here and say, I said it before, New Orleans is a quarterback away from being a good team. Being a good team. And I stick by that. Kamara, this is my suggestion. Obviously, I've not made enough money, nor am I important enough to be a GM of any goddamn national football team. Trade Kamara. And next year, during free agency or during the offseason, excuse me. Or is this a contract year for him?
I'm not sure.
Him and
I'm not saying. Please, I'm not saying he's definitely a good player. I think for what they want down there, Kamara is not the fit culture wise. If you catch my drift,
I disagree. I think he is the fit. However, they don't have so.
No, are you hearing what I'm saying? Are you hearing what I'm saying? I want you to repeat what I'm saying. The player, is fine, but the culture they're trying to build, the person, doesn't fit.
Because it also hurts to the fact because Michael Thomas is nowhere to be found.
Exactly. There's certain players that don't fit in certain organizations. For instance, you know damn well Alvin Kamara wouldn't play in New England.
Alvin Kamara would have been an MVP candidate on San Francisco.
Yeah, if Alvin Kamara would have played in New England with freaking Tom Brady.
Nah,
no. Listen what I'm saying. You're missing what I'm saying. I'm not talking about Alvin Kamara, the player.
The system he's talking about.
Belichick ain't playing them games.
Nah.
The moment you sit here and cause the slightest wave, you out. You're done.
Yeah, that's what. Most of that trickled down from the BS with Michael Thomas and C.J. Johnson.
But the purpose of what I'm saying is I like the Saints team. The Saints team are they're a quarterback away from being dangerous, and they're a couple pieces away from being a true threat. The NFC is. The NFC is not the AFC. The AFC has clear-cut tops. The NFC, regardless of whether you agree with this or not, it's Philly and everybody else.
Question with Philly: who's Philly beat other than the Vikings?
Regardless of whether you believe it or not, that's why I started with that. Regardless of whether you trust it and believe it, it's Philly and everybody else.
So
it's proven.
Yeah. Yeah, so and that's perfect to say that because like Todd's saying and like you're saying, hey, you have to beat the teams you have to beat. And if you're beating the teams you have to beat, then you're showing yourself that you are that type of team. I have nothing else to say about that, but just to let y'all know, I cannot wait to the end of this season when we're getting into the playoffs and the Seahawks ain't there. So we're going to go into our quick pick'ems, and we're going to talk about Week 10 games. Tomorrow, the Atlanta Hawks go into Carolina. They go against the Panthers. From order, Aaron, Thorne, myself, Todd, Washington. Oh, no.
I have all the Tim's picks.
All right, bet. So we don't have to go through Tim's picks right now because he got the Chargers upsetting my team. So what's up? Who do y'all got? No explanation. Just got to tell me the team.
Give me them dirty birds, man.
Yeah, I got the Falcons, man.
What? You got the Falcons? Crazy.
Ty, who you got?
I got
'Cause
Falcons.
I got the Dirty Birds too. Go ahead.
Yeah. I got Falcons.
Falcons as well.
All right. Geno Smith and the Seahawks travel to Tampa Bay. They go against Tom Brady and those Bucks. I have the Buccaneers rolling over this team right now.
I'm gonna do a hot take. Give me Geno Smith. Give me that boy out of West Virginia, man.
Who's on me?
I got Seattle.
Okay, Seattle. I got the Bucks, man. It's a Sunday night game. Tom Brady touch Tom Brady.
They definitely not Sunday night, but yeah.
Oh, hey, my bad. Oh, where they at? Yeah, that's at PM. My bad.
They might be going to London. I don't know if that's a London game. I don't know.
Germany. Is that the Germany game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got the Bucks.
Todd.
Yeah, knowing it's a overseas game, I'll take the Bucks too in that one.
This is an overseas game. Give me the quarterback out of Michigan.
All right. Yeah, he barely did.
That's what I'm saying.
So the next game is Aaron's Minnesota Vikings going to the Buffalo Bills. Go ahead, Aaron.
First of all, you would never disrespect me. Okay? Go Detroit, go. But give me Minnesota.
He picks his Vikings, y'all.
Wait, what? This is not a hot take. This right here is not a hot take. This is very reasonable. I think it could happen.
No, it's going to happen.
I said could. I didn't say going.
Not in Buffalo. Go ahead. Thorn.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I got Buffalo, man.
Yeah, I got Buffalo too. Go ahead, Todd.
Yeah, I'll take Buffalo. Hopefully Josh Allen plays.
Hey, I got Buffalo. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm gonna assume that Josh Allen's gonna play through his UCL. I don't know who UCL is.
All right.
It's inside your elbow, I think.
We all hope his UCLA is working. So we got the Detroit Lions going to Chicago. I got the shot. Oh no, yeah, you already heard what I said. But go ahead, Michigan.
Hey man, go Bears. Lose out Detroit so we can get the number 1 pick. Go Bears. Go Chicago.
This motherfucker's a Vikings and Bears fan today. Go ahead, Thorn.
Yeah, I got the Bears, man.
Yeah, go ahead. I got Justin Fields too. Go ahead, Todd.
Everybody picking the Bears. I'm gonna go with the Lions then.
Yeah, y'all crazy. I'm going Lions as well.
All right,
I
so
feel like y'all got
we got the Jacksonville Jaguars going to Kansas City.
You missed the game. You missed the Tennessee game.
Tennessee's not next on this schedule.
Okay.
The Jacksonville Jaguars at Kansas City.
I'm gonna do a hot take, man. No, I'm not. Give me the homeboy.
Yeah, I got Kansas City.
Yeah, I got my homeboy too.
This is a hard one for me. I'm gonna go with Kansas City too, though.
KC across the board.
All right, Cleveland at Miami.
I'm gonna take this one. Give me Cleveland.
You said Cleveland?
Give me Cleveland. Give me them dog.
I'm taking Miami, man.
I'm going with my cousin as well. I'm going with the Miami Dolphins. Ty, what you got?
I don't have any cousins on the team, but I'll still take the Dolphins.
I'm going Miami. Man.
All right, Houston goes to the New York Football Giants.
You better go get some memorabilia.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Aaron.
Saquon playing really, really good ball. Give me Saquon.
Yeah, I got the Giants.
We got a fresh Giants team coming from off of a bye. I'm going with them as well.
Giants.
I had to make sure nobody was going to say nothing crazy. All right, give
All
me the who they play? Yeah, give me the Houston. Give me the face ass Giants all day, baby.
All right, we got New Orleans going to Pittsburgh this week.
Give me New Orleans, man. Pittsburgh ain't got no QB.
I got Pittsburgh, man. That secondary is legit.
Is TJ back?
I say
No.
secondary.
He did not bad.
TJ's still out.
I'm going with Pittsburgh just because they're at home.
Yep, me too. Same reason.
No, the Nola.
All right, we have Bronco Let's Ride going to Tennessee.
I'm gonna go with King Henry.
I got Broncos, man.
And you know what? That was my pick too. I'm going with Denver Broncos. Let's ride.
Is anybody know if Thornhill's back?
We don't know. Just pick.
Tennessee.
Who you got, Todd? Who'd you pick?
Broncos.
All right, we got your Colts going to Las Vegas. Aaron, bro, stop drinking and tell me your pick.
Gotta think, man. They both suck. Like, really bad right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tie. I don't even care who wins. It's a tie.
Go ahead, Thorn.
I think it's gonna be an ugly game, but I got the Colts though.
I'm going with the Raiders on this one.
Jonathan Taylor's back. I'm taking the Colts.
I got Vegas. Just so you know, I put tie.
All right.
If they tie, you be the one person.
I know.
We have, fresh off the bye, Dallas Cowboys going into Lambeau Field.
You know what? You know what? It's time for my cousin to add one more pick on his resume. Give me them boys.
I got Green Bay, man. He always show up in Arlington.
It's funny that me and Thorn is on the same page.
Whoa. I thought you said they're playing at Lambeau.
At Lambeau.
Oh, never mind. Well, I mean, I'm still picking the Packers, though. He always beat up on the Cowboys.
Give me them boys.
Yeah, I got the Packers, too.
Give me number 2 with another pick, dog. Let's go, Jordan.
I'm going to go with Dallas on this one.
You know, it hurts my heart to say this, and I hope Packers win, but I got the other team.
All right, bet. The Arizona Cardinals are going into Los Angeles SoFi Stadium to go against the Rams. How the fuck y'all thinking about this game?
I'm thinking about this game still, bro. I have my picks written down while y'all was talking about the last game.
Give me the Rams.
Wait, you said Rams?
Yeah.
Okay, I got Cardinals. I think they squeak by, man. Hopkins always get up for a big game against Ramsey.
I got Rams because me and Kyler Murray just added each other on PS5. So, Todd, who do you have?
I'm taking the Rams.
So get this work on Madden.
Facts.
I'll go to Birds.
All right, so we have the Sunday night game of the Los Angeles Chargers going into Levi Stadium. Don't even look at me and ask me what team I'm picking. Go ahead. We have the Chargers going to the Niners.
I couldn't hear him, but I read his lips.
Sounds like a Viking fan, is that why? Go ahead, Thorn.
I got the Niners.
You don't even ask, man. We finna blow that team out, bro.
I think I'm going to go with San Fran, too.
I got the Niners.
Ooh, over your team. Okay. Now we have a Monday night game that we all know Taylor Heineke is going to upset the Philadelphia Eagles. Go ahead,
Is that
Aaron.
your take?
Yes.
Is that your take?
Yes. Yes.
I want to say that. But I'm gonna go. Oh, you and what do you say?
Give me Hurts.
Yeah, y'all feelings about to hurt.
Philly?
I want to see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see Washington win, but yeah, I think Philly got a little too much for him.
Yeah, don't even ask me. All y'all feelings about to get hurt. So go ahead.
Nah, I'm taking Philly too.
I'm taking Philly. However, I want to point out that is a divisional, so a loss doesn't change Philly's standing in my head. So
It does,
no,
because
division
you got to
games are
win
different.
your division first.
Hey, division games are different, bro. Your division is the hardest game, even if the team's trash. Playing your
No,
I
own
mean,
division.
no,
even
but
when the
what
Browns were bad, they played the
Yeah.
Ravens good. So I agree.
Yeah.
you got to win your division before anything. So that's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, it's still well. That's a next week thing. I'm just saying. Yeah, you're gonna be one of the people that the moment if they lose, you're quick to Philly's not real. Philly's not real. It pains me to say this that Philly's good, but Philly's a good team.
They're
But
good for now. I'll see y'all next week, y'all. Shout out to Tim. He had to leave. I'll let him explain why he had to go. But my boys, this was the best episode ever. Aaron, I need you to put this when I share this video. I need you to put this in the tag about Minnesota being that team. All right. Like, comment, subscribe to Soda Flex podcast. This is the Route Tree Television. My boys, I'll talk to y'all later.